Hey guys, Dominating Reaper here. So it's Saturday afternoon. Weather's looking good, so where am I going to spend it? In the cinema. And yep, today I am yearning for the mines. That's right, I'm about to head in to see a Minecraft movie. First trailer for this, let's be real, did not look great, but subsequent footage has looked better. So I'm going into this semi-ironically, but also hoping it'll be a good, fun time at the movies. Big, crowd-pleasing blockbuster. There's only one way to find out. Head in, get some snacks, and get seated for a Minecraft movie.
It's a new day.
So yeah, a Minecraft movie. I'm back from seeing it. Apologies for lack of footage. Cinema was jam-packed. Unsurprisingly, it's on track for the biggest opening weekend of the year. I also got this really cool popcorn bucket made to look like a grass block, like the grass is a lid. The film is directed by Jared Hess, who previously brought us Napoleon Dynamite and Nacho Libre, so obviously there was hope that he'd be able to bring those comic sensibilities to an adaptation of Minecraft, one that has been in the works for a long time, well over a decade now. Just to put things into perspective, I was in primary school when this was announced, and obviously I played a fair bit of the game at that age. So obviously, yes, here I am in my early 20s with, an adaptation of a childhood game finally hitting the big screen. But does it deliver an experience that fans of the game will be satisfied with? Let's find out. So the film follows four residents of the small town of Chuglas. Former gaming champion Garrett the Garbage Man Garrison, a girl named Natalie, who has been left as the sole guardian of her younger brother Henry, and Dawn, a realtor who also runs a mobile petting zoo. The four of them end up sucked through a portal into the overworld, a vast, cubic wonderland where anything they dream up can be brought to life. And soon, their way home comes in the form of Steve, a human just like them, who's become an expert in the overworld's weird and wonderful ways. So obviously, yes, things have only been going upwards for video game movies of recent. You gotta look to the massive success of things like the Mario movie and the Sonic trilogy. The less we say about Borderlands, the better, though. So, obviously, yes, adapting Minecraft, one of the biggest games on the planet, is one of the surest of sure bets. And if the reactions at the screening I was at were anything to go by, wherein this entire packed out showing erupted into applause every time Jack Black named something from the game, yeah, this is going to be a big hit with young kids and fans of the game. Although, let's be real, there's a fair amount of overlap in that as well. But you know what? This probably isn't going to be one of the best films of the year or anything, but it is easily one of the best cinema experiences I'll probably have all year. Obviously, in line with the game, the core message of this thing is, about the endless power of creativity. And unfortunately, it's no surprise that, yeah, the story around that is pretty predictable. You got the sort of character setups, like the man-child who's stuck in his glory days, a bit like Gary King, but without the alcoholism. You also got the teenage girl who's, last years of childhood have been suddenly ripped away when she's faced with the responsibility of being a guardian to your younger brother. It doesn't quite fit in because he's so creative and imaginative. All these sort of character setups are present and correct, and like, you'll pretty much be able to guess exactly how things are going to play out from there on out. The structure is also definitely not the strongest either. It zips along at an incredibly fast pace in almost fetch quest way, where we got to go to this place to find that thing, which will help us get to that place. Which is where we can get that thing. To get the big main MacGuffin. Yeah, it's that kind of film, and it does feel like you're constantly just go, 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 go. So it does sort of mean that, yes, there at times isn't much in the way of room for proper character development, but it moves at a decent enough pace that it is easy to be consistently entertained. And to its credit, the whole world of Minecraft is wonderfully brought to life. The overworld, all these things from the games are brought to the big screen in very fun and creative ways, which is brought wonderfully to life by its delightfully oddball sense of humor. Because this movie is kind of bonkers, and it's sort of silly and wacky enough that actually I was able to go along with it and have a good time. Some comic highlights include the sort of bickering rivalry between Jack Black's Steve and Jason Momoa as Garrett the Garbage Man Garrison. Seriously, when the two of them are on screen, it is an absolute delight. The pair of them are very, very funny and play off each other really, really well. And they bring enough, zany to really bring the oddball, wacky world to life. Jack Black doing the Jack Black stuff, and Jason Momoa delivering plenty of comic pratfalls and bad Spanish. They are great together. The standout of the film, though, is a just insane subplot involving Jennifer Coolidge as a school principal falling in love with a villager who has escaped into the real world. It's such an utterly insane idea, and it delivers some of the biggest laughs. It is brilliant. And there's also the visuals are also pretty consistently great as well. The visual effects are really, really strong. And in fact, there's a fair amount of practical work done here, which really does make the overworld feel tangible and in conjunction with the very polished CGI. Sure, some of it can sometimes wander off into the uncanny valley, especially the villager designs. But honestly, the CGI is competently done that ensures that yes, it doesn't have that effect for the most part. It does look good for the most part, although the green screen work is really not the strongest here. It really does look quite flat, and not helping things is that sort of advert color grading that most blockbusters of recent seem to have. So it sort of undermines the immersive visuals of the world a bit. But it is consistently very well done. I thought the soundtrack was actually pretty good. There's some pretty good sound design that just helps to really bring the world and the mechanics of the game to life on the big screen. It is very, very well done. And it builds right to a final act with a sky beam. Yay. Seriously, it's 2025. Can we fucking stop doing this? It got stale by the end of the 2010s, okay? And you know what? As predictable as a lot of its payoffs were, there was a fair few of them that actually were quite satisfyingly handled. That ensure that yes, you did leave with a smile on on your face. Overall, a Minecraft movie is nothing special, but it's wacky and silly enough that I was able to have a good time with it. Out of 10, a Minecraft movie gets a 6.5. Don't forget to stay right in your seat all the way through the credits. There's a couple extra scenes. One of them's a funny one, and one of them is a sort of more exciting sequely one that seriously you're not prepared for. So go in as blind as possible, and again, stay seated. Trust me, you will be richly rewarded. So let me know down in the comments, have you seen a Minecraft movie? What did you think of it? Are you a hardcore Minecraft player? And if so, did the film deliver a satisfying adaptation? Let me know all that down in the comments. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're new, and don't forget to turn on post notifications so you don't miss an upload.